Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about the big influence of Moon in 2021. This is the ongoing series about how the planets are in 2021. And this year, Moon is going to be very powerful. And how we handle the moon in our chart and what we do about it will become key to how you experience the year. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking about Moon's influence in 2021. And do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification, as you don't want to miss out anything. Also, reminder about my conference on Rahu Ketu, which is 21st to 24th of January, and I hope you can join me for it. Look at the link down below so that you can get all the information. Also, if you cannot afford the conference, then you can apply for the scholarship. I have 5 scholarships for free attendance of the conference. And email me. Again, the details are below and you can check them out. So let us explore what is the big influence of Moon in 2021. The influence of the Moon is because the major key players of 2021 are all in nakshatras ruled by Moon. Nakshatras are very important. We do watch the transits by nakshatras too. So when you see the 3 key players, these are the slow-moving planets of 2021. Saturn, Jupiter, and Rahu. Saturn is going to spend all of 2021 in Shravana Nakshatra from January onwards. Jupiter will have a slightly shorter transit through Shravana, and Jupiter will be also in Shravana Nakshatra. And Rahu is going to retrograde back and spend a major part of this year in Rohini Nakshatra. And what do Rohini and Shravana have in common? Both of them are ruled by the moon. So these are nakshatras ruled by the moon. And the moon is the mind. So our mind is supporting these nakshatras. It doesn't matter whether you have planets in these nakshatras or not, but because these 3 key planets are transiting through Moon Nakshatra, then Moon becomes the key player in 2021. And so, you should all study the nakshatras. I don't know, my book on nakshatras, Nakshatras, the stars beyond the Zodiac, you can get it. And I'll put a link at the bottom for it. I have given a lot of importance to the nakshatras, and I tend to write about when the planets change nakshatra. So each of these planets will have their own different videos of the moving into the nakshatra. But for now, what we want to see is 2021 as a whole. Saturn will move into Shravana Nakshatra on 21st of January and will remain there in Shravana to 22nd of February 2022. So it's a 1-year transit. That is what usually Saturn does. Last year, all year, Saturn was in Uttara Ashada Nakshatra. So Shravana or Shravan means to study spiritual texts. It's also the nakshatra of listening to what other people are telling you. So Saturn being in Shravana is focusing our mind on improving ourselves, paying off our karma through learning these great Vedantic texts, spiritual texts, also to learn to listen to others. One of the abilities we have lost is to listen to what people are saying. We keep on thinking about our own agenda and we don't always listen to what others are saying. So maybe as a resolution for 2021, you think, okay, every so often I'm going to listen to what is being said to me. And also, Shravana is good for meditation, silence, listen to the sound of nature, sound of silence. Don't always have music on for yourself. That will be very useful for you. Jupiter in Shravana is from 6th of January to 4th of March. So not such a long period, but Jupiter, of course, is the guru. It is advising you to study and learn and listen and spend some time quietly. Jupiter moves out of its exact debilitation when it goes into Shravana Nakshatra. So that is also something to celebrate. Jupiter, Saturn together in Shravana, although they don't conjoin to the exact degree, means that Shravana is the most emphasized nakshatra for the year. And Shravana is ruled by the moon, and it is about the mind and how we calm the mind down. And this is important. And what the sages have said, that in order to develop ourselves, to grow, we need to calm our mind down. And one of the ways is through studying Vedantic texts, because scriptures have the knowledge. We have to study them, learn them, and follow them. And also to understand silence. So just one moment of silence, to hear what was not said, to listen to maybe what people are saying to you, family, friends, other people, opposition, because they have maybe some valid things. And as you learn, you develop your ability, whether this is right or wrong. So think about 2021 to use this Shravana Nakshatra. The deity for Shravana Nakshatra is Lord Vishnu. And so Lord Vishnu also is helping us to preserve our sattva, our positive qualities in life. And this is really important. Then Rahu is going to be in Rohini Nakshatra. Rahu is exalted. He's very powerful. I already made a video about Rahu being in Taurus, and I will make a separate video of Rahu in Rohini. It is Moksha Nakshatra. It is where the search for moksha is there. Rohini can also be the desire for material things. Rohini's carriage, it's a luxury carriage. So Rohini can be very interested in food, in luxury items, in comfort. So if you're looking for material self, then you're looking at Rohini and comforts. If you're looking at spiritual energy, you are thinking more about your higher self. Rohini Devata, deity, is Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is the creator. So he's encouraging us to create positive things, to create things that make other people's life a better place to be in. And Rahu can be very dynamic because Rahu is in its comfort zone. He's exalted, he's powerful. He wants to finish the karma that was left unfinished. So he can sometimes be too greedy, but I'm always like to think of Rahu in a positive way. And of course, this is one of the reasons I'm doing the conference as well on Rahu Ketu this year, because Rahu is in Taurus just now and exalted, which happens once every 18 years. So Rohini Nakshatra is not a common nakshatra for Rahu to go through. Rahu is in Rohini from 26th January to 5th of October. So quite a chunk of time of 2021. So what we are seeing is that Rohini is ruled by the moon, Shravana is ruled by the moon, and in January itself, moon becomes the dominating force, because the underlying rulership of these three big planets in Vedic astrology is all ruled by the moon. And the problem with the moon is that moon is very fickle, it's very changeable. You have moon waxing and waning, you have full moon, new moon, you have lunar eclipses, moon is involved in the solar eclipses as well. So our mind, which is represented by the moon, is naturally very unsettled. It doesn't matter what and how the moon is in your chart. By transit, moon is always unsettled. And therefore, there are lots of ups and downs. You have a full moon, you have a waxing moon, waning moon. So you're very outgoing, then you want to be private. So the yogis from time immemorial, the sages recognize that one of the key things that we have to do is to calm our mind down, to clarify our mind so that our thinking is good, our mind is settled, we are not going in wild swings up and down. So this year, some of these important remedies you can think about of how to manage your mind, how to deal with the issues that are of the mind, because mind is in fact controlling all these planets. Generally, the mind controls our life, but this year, 2021, it is even more important. We need to manage our mind. And there are many remedies that are given of how to deal with the mind. So let us look at some practical remedies you can do for 2021. One is that Saturn, Jupiter, and Shravana. So you can think about doing some study in 2021. So gain knowledge and improve yourself. You can think about having some time alone where you're just house in silence or in nature, that you're enjoying the nature. One of the things, because moon is so unsettled, and you can do for yourself, is to try to have some settled time, or try to keep your program. So it's not that you're totally becoming rigid with the program, but try to think about what time you get up, what time you sleep, the times you eat your meals. You don't understand how important this is a remedy. And if you have family members, if you can encourage children, other people in your family, encourage them to be doing that, to have a regular timetable. And especially getting up, going to sleep at regular times, meals at regular time, has such a good effect on your mind that you will be surprised by it. Secondly is the food that you eat. Food, organic, naturally grown food, that if you eat, that will also help to keep your mind calm and rested, and feel more energized. So food is, is life, really. And the quality of food, organic, naturally grown in the seasons. That is the thing that you should think about it. And you don't always think that food is going to affect my mind, but it is going to affect your mind. So being conscious of that. And then you can also think about not chopping and changing things. We tend to, even if you're watching TV, you keep changing channels. If you're doing something, you start something and stop. And this is also not so good for your mind. So try to concentrate on things. This is actually the concept of yoga, of dharana, concentration. So in your day-to-day life, you think about concentrating on things, and that will be very helpful for you. So the second step of the remedies are yogic remedies. So yogic remedies, what would help you a lot is to do the yoga asana. So not as an exercise, but as a meditative form, to do the postures, yoga postures, breathing exercises, and following certain principles in life, yam, niyam, do's and don'ts in life. Then after this, you can do meditation, because you can't just meditate. If your mind is overactive, you won't be able to meditate. So when you do softly doing the postures, you'll find that your meditation will work better for you. And the final aspect of remedies is spiritual remedies. So we see that the Jupiter and Saturn and Shravana, the deity is Lord Vishnu. So if you can follow Lord Vishnu, you can pray to him, you can ask him for his blessings. In the other Rahu is in Brahma's sign. So Lord Brahma, we don't necessarily worship him, but you can still ask for his blessings. You can do mantras. Mantra is very good for the moon. I've got ongoing mantra master classes going on. I've been doing the Gayatri mantra. You can do the Gayatri mantra for the moon. You can do Gayatri mantra for Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu. All of them will be added on in the next year. So mantra practice, chanting. So if you have an overall strategy of how you're going to manage your mind, and I would say avoid stress. You need to take some time out and don't take on jobs that are going to be extremely stressful, whether it is your career jobs or jobs at home. So try to manage your stress. Little stress is good, but too much can disturb the mind and thinking. So this moon's secret way of influencing the planets and in such a big way is the most important key for 2021, and for you to have a happy and calm and fulfilled 2021. So thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification.